guys, welcome to the Ego Career Guides channel. Today I'm sitting with a very lovely lady. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is L.Dyosi, currently based in Johannesburg, but born and bred in the Eastern Cape.
So Lindo, what do you do for a living?
I am a business analyst by profession. I work in the IT space, in the software development sphere.
So what did you study in varsity?
I did a BSc in financial information systems, and then I went on to major in information systems.
Oh, okay, great. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your interests, your values, just anything so we can just get to know you better?
Okay, so I am an extreme introvert. I like to keep to myself a lot. I'm an avid reader. I'm interested in political kind of literature. And I go out from time to time, but really not a big social butterfly. So that's me.
But you being an introvert, does that kind of go with the career path that you're in?
Not quite. So my job requires a lot of human interaction, speaking a lot with people. So a lot of what I do is to try and understand how businesses function, and then also try to translate some of those business requirements into IT solutions. So most of what I do requires a lot of human interaction, like I said, and speaking a lot of people, which sometimes I feel like there's a bit of a misalignment between what I do and my personality, but I'm quite good at it. So.
Okay, well, you must be good at it. It's not your personality. So can you just tell us a bit about your schooling career, primary, high school, varsity, and
Okay, so I won't talk much about primary school because it's quite irrelevant, but I'll talk a little bit about high school. So I went to a boarding school when I started grade 8 up until matric. So I stayed in a hostel, and I think during those years I learned a lot about independence, because obviously I was alone at boarding school, no family, and I had to try and rely a lot on my friends and people around me. So I think that taught me a lot about independence, and then it speaks a lot into how I live my life today as a professional and pretty much as an independent woman. So so that was high school for me. I did a lot of I did commercial subjects, so I did accounting, business studies, mathematics. That was pretty much my.
I'm glad that you touched on the subjects. So what subjects do you have to do in order to be able to do what you studied?
Yeah.
In varsity.
Yeah. So the big thing is one, mathematics. Some universities will take mathematical literacy, but you have to have a higher grade than you would on pure mathematics for that. And then language, also English, and then one of the sciences, so life sciences, accounting, business studies, all those will count towards the APS score, which will essentially get you into the course.
So were you guided in terms of this career that you chose, from high school, choosing the subjects that you chose? Was there a career guidance into you picking those subjects because you knew this is what you wanted to study in varsity?
Not quite. So you know how you choose your subjects in grade 10? Yeah. I mean, at that point in your life, you don't know much about what you want to do post matric. I mean, you will have an idea of the profession that you want to get into, but you don't really know what that entails. So there was career guidance only came at matric level, but at that stage you had already chosen your subjects, and all you needed to know is what grades you needed to get into the course that you wanted to do. So I feel if it would have come sooner, then it would have obviously influenced the subjects that I chose, when I was in grade 10, but obviously that didn't happen. So I only got guidance when I was in grade 12. And even then, I didn't know specifically what field I wanted to go to, but I knew I wanted to be in the tech space. I knew that I wanted to be in IT somehow.
Oh,
so yeah.
Okay, that's very nice that you knew what you wanted to do.
I had
at an earlier stage. Which varsity did you go to?
I went to the University of Pretoria.
Okay, being in varsity, any study regimes that you had to adopt that were totally different? Was it different though, your study regime from high school?
Definitely. I think there's a huge gap between how you live matric and in university, and I think like nothing quite prepares you for for how you have to adapt when you get to university. First of all, time management is like a huge thing in varsity because no one's forcing you to be present in class, no one's forcing you to do stuff like, but you need to personally be able to like manage your time. So I think that was like a huge challenge for me. Also coming out like of boarding school, it was a super controlled environment. Like we literally had specific study time, so getting to varsity, it was a little bit hard for me to adjust because there were no constraints around, okay, this is how you manage your time. So I literally had to build that for myself. So that was the first thing. I had to learn proper time management. And yeah, but I didn't really have a specific study routine. I was a big nerd, so that really helped. Like I was proper focused in studying. And much to my detriment, I didn't do like a lot of socializing and like all the clubbing and all the stuff that first year students do. So I mean, I don't advise that, but yeah, that was just me.
Oh, okay, great. So once you finished varsity, is it easy to kind of get into a working environment in the field that you're in?
So it's a little bit tricky because currently in South Africa, especially like in universities, there is no course that like teaches you business analysis. So you can't go like and do like a degree in business analysis, but you can go into like I said, like a BSc in informatics, information systems, computer science. So all those things. But those are all qualifications that like get you a step closer to the profession. But most of what I do and most of what I know today, I had to like learn like on the job. I had the background, obviously, like having come from school, but most of it really was me getting like hands-on experience.
And was it difficult though to get that experience once you had left varsity?
No, not particularly. And I think I was very lucky in this respect that like while I was doing my final year, I got into an internship with a software development company, and they literally taught me like everything I know. But I feel like, especially right now, the IT industry or like the tech space is like a great space to get into, and it's quite easy to penetrate the market because there's such a high demand for IT professionals. And like I said, there's no specific like you can study an IT degree and then only later in your studies you can decide which sector, which specialty of IT you want to get into. So it's not hard at all. Well, currently.
Thank you so very much for your time.
You're welcome.
And sharing with us your career path and what you do for a living.